For viewers across Africa and the rest of the world, this is NC Continental Prime. I'm Kofi Bartels. You're welcome. We begin the news in West Africa, where the Minister of Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, visited the National Vice Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Victor Giadom, raising speculation of another round of political realignment. Wike, who is of the PDP, during the visit spoke about the River State political crisis, maintaining that he still has a stronghold on the state. He finished serving as governor in May last year. The former governor has been at loggerheads with the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, situation which led to lawmakers loyal to the minister serving the governor an impeachment notice. And with the intervention of President Bola Tinubu, however, the lawmakers who later defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress withdrew the impeachment notice. Well, to further discuss this, I'm joined by human rights activist and lawyer Henry Ekine. Henry, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time.
You this evening. Happy New Year, really.
Yes, and same to you, Henry Ekine. Good to have you. What are the potential implications of Nyesom Wike's visit to the National Vice Chairman South of the party, that's the APC, Victor Giadom, especially in the context of the existing political situation in River State, which has held all of us spellbound for the last 1 month plus?
Yes, Kofi, Nigeria currently is known to have multi-party system. And what that means is that the Independent National Electoral Commission, established under Section 153 of the Constitution and empowered to register political parties, has in its list of registered political parties over about 18 of them. And so we have multi-party system. Now, but what's playing out really, and when you see the kind of visits that the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory has just visited Victor Giadom in Bukana, local government area of River State, particularly Beira, and that he is the National Vice Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, South-South. For me, some may interpret this as some positive direction, but the paradigm I observe here is one that we are attempting to fuse the multi-party system we have, if not across the country or at the national level, but particularly in River State. The activity of the Federal Capital Territory Minister lately in River State is one that is clearly fusing the major political parties in River State. And then what's the implication, like you asked? The danger of that is that we're cruising, we're really running on a dangerous speed to a climax of that fusion that for me, it will only reflect some kind of totalitarianism, or if you like, a centralized political power structure at the state level. Because yes, he went there and he said, oh, he isn't there for politics, but much of his comments and his remarks were actually political. When he was eulogizing Victor Giadom of his political prowess and, of course, his feats and his relationship with his people, and then talking about when the time for politics is really right, they will know who really is the political leader and who is in charge and all that. So much of his comments were actually political, but the clear implication of these relationships is not just that of the visit to Victor Giadom. Those of us who are here in River State have seen a lot more of that indication of fusing the major political parties in River State. And then the danger, like I said, is transmuting to a one-party state. And then when we have a one-party state, then the disadvantage, the elementary disadvantages of a one-party system are such that it will lead to totalitarianism and dictatorship. And then when you have a central godfather figure, when he becomes disgruntled and dissatisfied, he becomes even the opposition in his own political party. So even when the political
Henry,
party
I'm so sorry to interject, just to chip in, because I was just about to ask you, it's so interesting that you went down that lane, because you rightly said that Nyesom Wike, and you know him, we know him, I know him, Henry, said he didn't go on a political visit. It was a personal visit, but there was something like a reception with canopies and a crowd, microphone and speeches. But we know Wike, how he does his politics. So we take that with a pinch of salt. I don't know if you agree with that. But this issue of transiting to a one-party state, as those of you in Rivers State usually say that Rivers State is a microcosm of Nigeria. Wike went to that meeting he called a reconciliation meeting with Victor Giadom, which is something that maybe I'll ask you as we go on. But talking about this danger of being a one-party domination, let's call it that. He was there in the company of some key persons in the People's Democratic Party, including Samayahu, who is the national secretary, embattled, albeit of the PDP, and who was the governorship candidate of the party in the Imo State governorship election, as well as other stalwarts of the PDP. So what do you say about this? Do you foresee Wike actually finally saying bye-bye to the People's Democratic Party?
Yeah, there is that possibility. That's a potential outcome of all of these meetings. And let me recall that beyond the national secretary of the People's Democratic Party, the South-South chairman of the People's Democratic Party, who has been a longtime friend of Nyesom Wike, was there. And then, like I said, this is not just the first. We have had a situation where those who are very close and allies to Nyesom Wike have actually been put in key positions in other political parties. And the latest defections we have also recorded across the parties in Rivers State give all the indication that whether it is the All Progressives Congress that Wike will eventually purge, or he will continue to hibernate between the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress, or whether he will choose to remain in the All Progressives Congress. Kofi, the point I'm making is wherever he chooses to really purge and fix himself and cease to be a floating charge, then you would see that the influence and power that he wields with respect to the other politics, if they exist, is what transforms, for me, and the analysis is clear, to a one-party controlled state, where, take the All Progressives Congress, for instance, we just woke up someday where a duly elected state executive committee and the state working committee of the All Progressives Congress, under the leadership of Chief Emeka Beke, they were just announced to have been dissolved. And then one purported caretaker committee imposed. And who is the chairman of that caretaker committee is Tony Okocha. Antonio Okocha is clearly known here to be in the All Progressives Congress, but works with Nyesom Wike. And so you could see that that's already a capture of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State. So this exploit of getting other key members of the People's Democratic Party to also work close, the All Progressives Congress, to work closely with the People's Democratic Party is headed towards having a one control of the political parties in Rivers State, whether it is the All Progressives Congress or the People's Democratic Party. But I've always said that Nyesom Wike is already clearly in the All Progressives Congress, but remains in name in the People's Democratic Party. But in action, he sits in an executive cabinet, a cabinet formed by the All Progressives Congress. We run a presidential system where the party that is in government, that formed the government, which is the All Progressives Congress, has a cabinet that Nyesom Wike is clearly a figure in the People's Democratic Party, yet pursuing the policies and programs of the All Progressives Congress. There is no doubt that the government of Ahmed Tinubu is pursuing the objectives and agenda and program and manifesto of the All Progressives Congress. And Nyesom Wike is supporting that agenda, having abandoned the agenda of the People's Democratic Party. You can't mix it. But he says he's there to support a friend that he has had a long time. Now, all of these, like I said, the danger of a one-party system is that we will have a situation where there will be a dictator and a totalitarian system, if not the entire country, but in Rivers State. But I'm afraid
Henry, I want to just quickly chip this in.
Yes.
What is the current situation in Rivers State? I mean, it's a state that never ceases to stay out of the limelight as far as politics in Nigeria is concerned. Wike is a statement asserting his continued control. He says we'll soon see who is in charge, of Rivers State. Who is in charge of Rivers State as we speak? Because we know that some time ago, the governor of Rivers State, some days ago, Nyesom Fubara, I think sometime either in December, January, went for Ogoni Day. I think you're aware of this. I'm sure it'll be all over the radio in Rivers State. You know what happened? Where he was represented by Professor Odu, his deputy, and she couldn't come out of her car because the Ogoni is now here. They don't have two factions anymore. It's four. And there was a little fight over who was going to speak on their behalf. And it was so terrible. It took Edison here to come down and settle everything before she was able to come out of the car and address the Ogoni Day. He went to Ogoni land, and everything was calm and peaceful and everything. Is he trying to say, okay, look at what happened there, look at what happened here? I mean, who is really in charge of Rivers State? Who is winning this power battle between Nyesom Wike and Wike?
Yes, Kofi, there is no doubt as to who is in charge in Rivers State, especially coming from my point of view and my perspective. And then my foundation to that will be constitutional. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria creates just one office as the chief executive, if you like, of each or any of the 36 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that's the office of the governor. And the governor of Rivers State is Siminalayi Fubara, and there's no other. If we have to put in context the person of Mr. Nyesom Wike, he is known, is clear, there's no doubt, that is rather the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. And then there he functions as a lieutenant to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because the Constitution identifies the President as, if you like, a semblance of the Governor of the Federal Capital Territory. So the minister there takes instructions from the President, who acts like the Governor. So there's no confusion as to who is in charge. However, that's constitutional and legal. And as a matter of fact, I think Rivers people are satisfied so far with Mr. Fubara as their governor, and is in charge. He's running the affairs in Rivers State. No, but the problem we have is where we continue to sustain and, if you like, give strength to a narrative that is unknown to law and is unconstitutional. We cannot have another leader of Rivers State. You may have another leader of a political party, but once you have a governor, he's no longer a party person, so to speak, to be a leader of a political party. Fubara may not be the leader of the People's Democratic Party. Nyesom Wike may claim to be. He could have all the structures, but that will only be when they have their convention or their meetings or talk about the People's Democratic Party. Even if he has got to be able to have the All Progressives Congress also in his pocket, he at best would be the de facto leader of the All Progressive Congress, where you will have Tony Okocha as the actual leader there. But when it comes to Rivers State, the question you ask directly is Nyesom Wike, that's the governor of Rivers State. He might go somewhere and there may be a little skirmish and some probably dissatisfaction. Yes, the Ogoni people are very volatile in terms of politics, and that's credit to them. I mean, volatile positively. They're very conscious and quite aware in terms of politics and rights agitation. Everybody knows that across the country, even outside of this country.
We have to go.
So they could have those polarizations, yes.
Yes, we have to go. Thank you so much. Well, you lawyers say we have the is and the ought law, and what ought to be. You've talked about constitution, but what is, in actual fact, who is in charge, who is controlling the
Fubara
state?
Is in charge. Fubara is in charge of Rivers State, Kofi. Please let it be on national TV that Nyesom Fubara is the governor of Rivers State. He remains the governor of Rivers State, is in charge, and the people of Rivers State are satisfied with him. And I think that everybody should allow him to govern Rivers State, including the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory.
It's not in context with the
position of governorship of Rivers State.
Advocate, Henry Kinney, human rights advocate. It's a pleasure to have had you on the news tonight, and you've done justice to this very, very important issue. Keep our eyes on Rivers State. Thank you so very kindly for your time.
Thank you, Kofi. I appreciate it. It's my pleasure.